What's up everybody, welcome back to
the Rick Owens Rotation.
The series where we are taking a look at 1, 2, maybe 3 Rick Owens pieces, and we're looking at the close-up details, and I'm explaining why they're worthy of going in my day-to-day collection, my rotation if you will. And today we've got 2 really cool pieces, and I think they go pretty well together as well. We have got, first off, a t-shirt, a classic Rick Owens draped t-shirt, and there's some really interesting stuff to this that makes it more than just a simple t-shirt, so that's sick. But then on top of that, we have an incredible cashmere coat right here. I don't even know where it starts and where it begins. Here we go. There we go. It's got like knit inserts. Look at that cashmere, it's beautiful. And this is a women's wear piece, so we're also gonna be talking a bit about how you wear Rick Owens women's pieces when you are a masculine person, because that's got its own set of things going on with it. So I'm super psyched about this episode. Let's dive in. Yo, before we get too much further, subscribe to the channel. I make tons of luxury and streetwear content, and also if you're looking for deals on luxury and streetwear, check the description. I've got some of the best sites with all authentic stuff. Check it out. All right, let's start off by looking at the t-shirt, because that's the simpler one to start with. Although, like I said, it isn't exactly simple either. It's got the script Rick Owens logo going up on the left, and the collection on the right. So this is Rick Owens' main line, and it is from the Babel collection, which was spring-summer 2019. So a few years old at this point, actually, which is crazy, because I remember when this was like one of the latest collections, but it's already kind of dated at this point. But listen, the piece holds up, I'll say that much. And that's unfortunately all we get on this for tags, because the previous owner removed the care tags here, and I guess I do understand why. With Rick Owens, they're on an extra piece of fabric, so they hang out, so I could see that being uncomfortable for some people. So I understand them removing it, but it would have been really interesting to know what was going on here, because I have a feeling that this fabrication is not just cotton. To me, it feels like maybe some sort of blend, but I definitely feel like there may be some silk in there, and you can even see the texture of it. It's not exactly what you'd expect out of cotton. It's kind of thinner, a bit more of a weave almost. You can kind of see it through it, although that sheerness is a staple of Rick Owens pieces as well. But since there are no care tags, that means we can get right to the fun stuff, and there is a lot of fun stuff here. You may not be able to tell with the way it's lying right now, but this is a very plunging neckline here. It's not a V-neck, but it's like a deep, deep U-neck, I would say. Another kind of staple of Rick Owens fits is the sleeves are anything but normal. It's not quite a tank top, but it's also hard to really call it a t-shirt either, because you can see how dinky these sleeves are. They really come very, very far up the bicep, and they kind of blend the line between menswear and women's wear, which Rick Owens stuff is often quite androgynous, so I appreciate that. And then the other big thing here, you'll notice as we come down, it kind of looks really wrinkled and bunched, and that's not because I didn't lay it out right, although it is a little bunched up right now. But for the most part, it's because that is how it's supposed to be. This is one of the kind of iconic draped pieces from Rick Owens, because it's got like a knotted area right here. This is how it's supposed to be. You see this? That is part of the piece right here. So here's what's happening. This is the side seam of the t-shirt right here. And you can see how this comes up, and then they've kind of bunched up some extra fabric here that hangs over. So that seam goes up, and then it turns into this. You see the seam stops there, and this hangs over. So you get this kind of knot going on over here at your right side if you're wearing it. And beyond that, it's quite long, it's very thin, it flows, it drapes. So beyond just the knot here, you can see the way it falls. It gets these natural wrinkles that are really, really appealing in my opinion. So it's not just a simple t-shirt. He's really elevated it here, and I love that. And then we get to the really fun part, which is this coat right here. Take a look at that. Yo, yes, look at that kind of like funnel neck going on here. When you're wearing it, it kind of looks like a reverse hood, like you've got a hood hanging down at your neck. It is so sick. And this is going to have actually quite a few differences from the t-shirt we were looking at, because it is still mainline, But if you look at this, that is what it looks like right here. Instead of those 2 double stripes, we get an embroidered Rick Owens in that script logo at the back of the neck on the inside. And it is on this little piece of lining that you get at the back of the neck here. So this is something that you'll see pretty often on tailored Rick Owens pieces, and also some of the older pieces in general, which this is. This is quite an archival piece right here. What we do get, however, are some care tags, unlike the last one. So we see that it's made in Italy. The other brand on this channel that we look at a lot is Balenciaga. And menswear and womenswear there is essentially interchangeable for most pieces, but for Rick Owens, not so much. But we're going to talk about how to pull that off. And I already mentioned, but let's take a closer look at what this is made of. So we can see it is 90% cashmere and 10% wool, Lana right there. And you can see that in the fabrication, like, ooh, it is so soft. A cashmere coat, you guys, this is like a must-have in the wardrobe. And you can just see the quality of that right there. It's like a fleece. Mwah, chef's kiss right there. And we can also see that this has some other Rick Owens staples going on here, such as the asymmetrical kind of like moto zip. So this goes up along the side here rather than down the center. Nice silver zipper there. And we can see this is a Riccogni zipper, although later on he did move on to Rick Owens' actual branded zippers. This funnel neck, you can see how far down this comes. It's really, really hefty and sizable, and it buttons up at the neck with some really nice marbled buttons here. And if you were to undo the zipper here, you would just take this and unzip it, and it would just hang open like that, and you've got a nice bit of extra fabric just kind of hanging down off the collar. You can also see the shape of this sleeve here. It really follows the kind of elbow and curves around a bit. And you'll also note that the inside of these sleeves, so on the outside, it is that typical cashmere in the dust color, but on the inside, it is a ribbed knit, which is really, really cool. So these sleeves are extremely fitted. They grab you just as tight as your arm is, and that ribbed fabric gives it the stretch that it needs to actually fit you, you know, because everyone's a slightly different size. Off on the sides, we get pockets on either end. That's really nice. They're lined there as well. Rick Owens is known for his pretty sizable pockets, and this is no different here. I got my whole hand in there, as you can see. Tailbone area, it splits off from that point on. So it has a really nice flow to it. It kind of moves behind you if there's wind or air going through or whatever. It's a really nice cut. And it's definitely feminine, for sure. I would definitely say that. But it's Rick Owens. A lot of this stuff is feminine, so I don't have an issue with that. Where it does become an issue is in things like the back of the shoulders here. You saw the sizing. It's a size 40 Italian. I think that's like a women's medium. I'm more of a men's small medium. And this is right on the edge of what I can handle, especially at the back shoulder blades here. It's about as tight as it can get while still fitting me. So Rick Owens stuff, a lot of the time fits pretty slim to begin with. So you've got to be really, really careful with your sizing and make sure you're getting a large enough size for you if you are ordering a women's size. All right, now that we've checked out those details, it's time to put these pieces on. And we've got 2 of the pieces of our look already, but now we've got to decide what else is going to be part of that look. So this is one of the things that I love about Rick Owens, because I love his designs, but he also makes me get out of my comfort zone a bit, because I'm much more used to blacks and then like primary colors and pastels. But he's much more about muted tones, earth tones, neutrals, stuff like that. So what are we gonna do here? We've got our shirt, which is like a muddy, mustardy brown, I would say. We've got our coat, which is a dust gray. And then I think it'll be fun to get kind of a lighter as we move down the look towards the feet. So the next piece we need for sure are our pants, right? And for that, we've got some khaki Fear of God Essentials pants, kind of like chinos. They're really interesting. Interesting fit. They've got an elasticated waistband, which is kind of a Rick Owens staple. So I think that'll work really well there. And then to finish it off, we're going to move on down to some big old chonkers here with the Gucci Rhytons in this ivory cream kind of color. So we've got the dust, the mustard brown, the khaki, and the cream. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm so psyched to talk about these pieces. And I think the look works like really, really well. This jacket, the cut is incredible. That funnel neck, it's kind of like a mountain shirt. You see it in button-up shirts and sometimes hoodies and stuff, but now it's translated into a coat by Rick Owens. I absolutely love that. And the t-shirt underneath is also awesome. Because of the cut of it, it automatically kind of already looks like it has a bit of a messy French tuck going on as well. So both of these work super well. But let's start off by talking about the fits on these. So the shirt is a size medium and it is very, very flowy. It's a bit open. Aside from those sleeves, which as you saw are very short and come up high on the bicep, I'd say it fits like a size medium and looks really, really good. But as I mentioned, this coat is a different story because this is a women's coat, a women's size 40 or about a women's medium. And I am right on the edge of fitting this. Like I said, I'm between a men's small and men's medium. So if I were to do this all over again, I probably would have gotten this coat in a size 42. Like one size bigger would have been perfect because it could have given me that little bit of extra space around the shoulders. But everywhere else, it fits really, really well. And even so, with this fabrication, the cashmere has a little bit of stretch to it. The shoulders still fit me just fine. But like I said, the big takeaway here, if you're a masculine person trying to buy Rick Owens women's wear, maybe size up one more even than you maybe think you should. I think that would be the safest bet. And now, how about the feel? Both of them are fantastic. The t-shirt, I can barely even tell I'm wearing a t-shirt. It is so light and airy and breathable and draped that it's just kind of hanging off the shoulders and that's it. It's like I'm shirtless right now, guys. As much as you would like that, even though I'm not, that is what it feels like. And then the coat, obviously, I wouldn't want to wear this if it was too hot out. Because of those really tight sleeves with the rib knit, it grabs you really tight right from your armpits all the way down to your sleeves to your wrists, right? So it's going to cause some sweating if it's too hot out, but on a cold day, that tightness of this knit, this cashmere, is absolutely perfect. And of course, like I said, it's such a soft fleece cashmere fabrication here that, of course, the comfort level is at a 10 out of 10, okay? So these are both really, really unique pieces, interesting pieces, but also very, very wearable. So I think they are perfectly suited to go into the collection of Rick Owens pieces. And I like that they're not the typical Rick Owens pieces either. They have a little bit of interest, a little bit of intrigue to them, and that's what I'm always looking for. So I hope you enjoyed looking at that t-shirt and that coat by Rick Owens. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.